Welcome back to Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. I'm Steven, and tonight, whenever the heck you're watching this, we are getting into a list of 8 whiskeys I bought because of FOMO. Because I had the fear of missing out. But before we do that, please do me that favor. Like, comment, subscribe. Do all those great YouTube-y things. Helps us out a ton, and we appreciate the support. But let's go ahead and get into this list. 8 whiskeys I bought because I had the fear of missing out. So this list idea was brought upon by The Average Drinker, Dara, which if you haven't checked her out, maybe I'll pin a link to her channel up in here if I figure out how to do that. If not, you probably know where. Go check her out. She's freaking fantastic. But she brought up a list of 8 whiskeys they bought because of the fear of missing out. And I was like, hey, I could do the same. So that's what I'm doing. I'm bringing you a list of 8 whiskeys that I bought because of the fear of missing out. And sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That's just the way life is. Sometimes you buy a whiskey because you didn't want to miss out on it, and it becomes your new favorite whiskey, and you buy a shitload of those. And then other times you buy a whiskey that everyone talked so highly of, and you're like, I just don't get the hype. I don't get the freaking hype. What is that? Why do people love that? So, without further ado, I'm bringing you my list of 8 whiskeys I bought because of the fear of missing out. The FOMO. That good old FOMO. And to kick this list off with none other than Larceny B522. So, not gonna lie, this one, I'm an idiot. For the longest time, since Larceny's came out, everyone's talked about how it's okay. It's okay. And then I think it was either C921 or B522 or A522. That's what it would be, I think. I don't know. There's too many numbers and shit. But either which way, like a batch or 2 batches prior to this was the one that everyone was talking about. And for some reason, I thought it was this batch. So as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my God, take my freaking money. If there was ever going to be a Larceny to get me into Larceny's, this is going to be it, because this is the hit bottle. Got home, turns out it wasn't the hit bottle, and it turns out I'm just okay with it. It's okay. It wasn't a win, wasn't a lose, it was just what it was. I bought that because I thought I was going to miss out on the greatest Larceny experience ever. Turns out, not even remotely that. Not even that. And then to follow that one up, a good story. Barrel Vantage. Barrel is becoming one of my favorite blenders and finishers because they do some weird, crazy stuff. The last few years with Barrel Dovetail and Barrel Seagrass being 2 fantastic monster bottles, I anticipated this was going to fly off the shelves. So the second I knew it hit my area, I was 120% all over it. I was not going to miss out on this one. And I didn't. This is a fantastic bottle. So good. So freaking good. That is one of my contenders for Whiskey of the Year for sure. I don't think it's Whiskey of the Year, but for sure top 5 of the bottles I've had. It's great. It's just great. And then to follow that one up with one I was disappointed in, but I heard so many good things about it. I heard so much about that, and it is Weller 12. I had the opportunity to buy a Weller 12 at MSRP, which I'm not upset about. Like, I'm a little disappointed because I had the opportunity to buy a Stag. I've told this story several times in like videos before, but I got the Weller 12 because I had the fear of missing out. I've already had a Stag. I've had quite a few Stags. I've had some Stag picks. I've had some Stags just because I like barrel proofs. I like Buffalo Trace. It's good. They're great. But I didn't buy that because I saw a Weller 12, and I've heard so many people say Weller 12 is the best Weller, and it is one of the better whiskeys that you're ever going to try in your life. So when I saw that on the shelf, and I had the opportunity to purchase it for MSRP, the fear of missing out kind of snuck in there, and I was like, well, I'm not going to miss out on this Weller 12. So I bought it, and it's okay. Then to follow that one up with another one from this year that I thought honestly was going to be gone from how many times I heard people talk about it. People talked all about this bottle while I was in school and I was unable to purchase it. So the second I got home and I found one, I bought it without hesitation. Turns out they're not hard to find. They're everywhere. But I bought it because I had the fear of missing out. And then a Sagamore Spirits rum cask finished rye. This was a spring release for Sagamore Spirits, and it is incredible. It's the perfect combination of sweet and spicy, and it's just so, so good. Honestly, I don't know why I had the FOMO with that one, but as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my God, how are those still on the shelf? And I obviously got it and not even remotely disappointed. So happy, but I didn't expect to be disappointed with that one because I know they're incredible. I just thought I was going to miss out on the opportunity to buy that one, but turns out I didn't. And then next one. This one is, I have a little contention with this, and it is Calumet 15. I don't love this bottle for the price. I got it for $100 and I'm happy with what I got for that, but I don't love how much everyone talked about this. Like, I had the FOMO with this bottle. Everyone talked this bottle up so much. They were like, this is an incredible bottle. It's pretty good. It's very, very heavy on the medicinal cherries, which I loved on the Wild Turkey 17-year-old bottled in bond. This one, I don't love it the same way. I don't know if it's because Barton did it, and Barton isn't always my favorite flavor profile, but everyone talked this bottle up so freaking much, and I think it's fairly priced for what it is. I don't think it's a freaking mind-blowing bottle. It is good. Honestly, I like the freaking Middle West Spirits 6-year-old sherry cask finish bourbon better than this. And that one's $100, which, I mean, yeah, I guess they're both the same price at that point for what I got this for, but I was expecting this to be a $100 bottle that was supposed to be like $120, $140, because that's what most people get it at. And to me, it was like, okay, it's fairly priced at what I got it at. And I know $100 is a steal for that bottle, but it just might not be my flavor profile. But when I saw it, I had the FOMO missing out, and I don't think I would have missed out had I not bought it. But, you know, now I have it. It's good. It's a good bottle. It's just the hype surrounding it just didn't quite meet up. And then following that one, Jack Daniel's Triple Mash. I love this bottle. I think it's weird. I think it's interesting. I think it's crazy. I think it defies the laws of whiskey as we know it. Not really, but it's a weird kind of experimental whiskey that they've decided to turn into a shelf whiskey. I love it. The reason I had the fear of missing out is because it did not hit Arizona at all. Like, it hit Arizona like 6 months after they finally released it, or maybe 6 months is like an over exaggeration, but quite a few months after the bonded started showing up, this started showing up. And with how much good I heard it was polarizing. So I heard like bad things about it, and then I heard amazing things about it. I didn't hear any like, oh, it's just okay. Like, I heard it was either like my new favorite budget bottle, or it was, you know, it wasn't my jam. So I had FOMO. I thought I was going to miss out on this bottle, especially with it being a malt, or well, partially malted. I love American single malts. I had to get my hands on this, and I thought I was going to miss out on it. Turns out it just like released a few months later, and the second it released, I rushed out. I bought it. Turns out it's shelf stay. It's going to be there pretty much any day. Like, I can go to the store right now and pick it up. So I didn't need to rush out to the store to buy it, but I had the FOMO, so I did, and I don't regret it. I enjoy that bottle. I think it's great for what it was. And I think if you're sleeping on this bottle, or you're scared because it's malt, rye, and Tennessee whiskey, don't be. Just give it a try. Worst case scenario, give it to me. I'll drink it for you. Then to follow that one up with one that kind of similar to the Jack Daniel's. I heard a bunch of hype about it. I thought it was going to be amazing. The second I found out it hit Arizona, I rushed out to the store and I bought that shit. Turns out I hate this bottle, and that is Benchmark Foolproof. This stuff is not good. Not good at all. I thought it was like the Buffalo Trace's version of Old Grandad 114. And at this point, Old Grandad 114 isn't entirely my jam anymore anyways. But this stuff is like vanilla ethanol. I heard phenomenal things about this foolproof because it's a 125 proof bottle for like 20 bucks. That's incredible. I mean, if you're just trying to get like Blitz for the budget, this will get you there. This will get you there. But it's not very tasty. It's not something to tear apart and actually truly enjoy. It's okay with an ice cube. Don't mind it with an ice cube. But it's just an overall whiskey in and itself. It's not good. The bonded is much, much better. So I rushed out to buy something because I had the FOMO of not being able to get it. Because again, just like the Jack Daniels, I didn't think it was going to last long. Turns out it's freaking everywhere. But it's not good. Don't buy it. Don't have FOMO for it. You're not missing out. I mean, if you're missing out on anything, it's going to be like the single barrel, bonded, or top floor. Those three are actually really, really good for the price point. And then the last one, Iron Root Hubris. I love Iron Root. Love, 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 love Iron Root. And a lot of my friends down here who kind of are Iron Root fanboys love Iron Root. I fell in love with Iron Root based off of the Harbinger, but a lot of them talk about the Hubris, which is their corn whiskey. Instant FOMO. Instant FOMO. Because before then, I didn't try the Hubris, and I needed to get my hands on that. I got an email saying, oh, hey, it's dropping today. I legitimately waited until the second, I started refreshing my page like 5 minutes before it was supposed to drop, because sometimes their stuff goes pretty quick and I didn't want to miss out. So I bought that as soon as I freaking could. I checked out as soon as it hit the freaking cart. And I love it. Honestly, Hubris is my favorite Iron Root product nowadays, and it's incredible. Incredible. If you haven't checked them out, check out Iron Root. They're freaking awesome. Great Texas distillery. But yeah, this is my list of bottles I bought because of FOMO. Some of these I got burned with. Some of these I didn't pay enough attention to. Some of these I created my own FOMO by watching other people's ideas or other people's thoughts on it. That's just, sometimes it'd be like that. But overall, I'm not mad about it. I'm not upset with any of my FOMO purchases because none of them were heinous or terrible. They're just not as good as I had hoped, or not as good as I was told it was. But sometimes that's just how life is. But that's a wrap for my video. Please let me know down below what you guys thought about my list of FOMO bottles. What's your list of FOMO bottles? What are some of the FOMO bottles that you bought because you didn't want to miss out on, because you heard so many people talk incredible things about, and you did not want to miss that opportunity? Also, check out the Facebook, Instagram, and the Patreon. The links for all that stuff are down there below. We appreciate the support like a ton. I seriously cannot thank you enough, especially if you're a part of the Patreon. So thank you so much. But that's a wrap for this video. We will see you later. Cheers.